Okay, guys, this will be part 4 about the NGOs, non-government organizations. I'll just, again, a few words in Swedish. Det här är då del 4. Ett brev som vi skrev när de försökte avguda den här välgörenhetsorganisationen. Så att nu kör vi. Okay, guys, let's go. And rumble. To Simon Marks, President and Chief Correspondent, Featured Story News, 5th of June 2014. Dear Mr. Marks, Somali Mum, an international justice mission. I have followed with great interest your work on the Somali Mum case and, in particular, your recent article published in Newsweek entitled Somali Mum, the Holy Saint and Sinner of Sex Trafficking. The global fight against human trafficking, sex trafficking, has unfortunately opened the door to opportunists who are driven more by the goals of self-promotion and enrichment than they are by the cause at hand. Sadly, the list of opportunists does not stop with Somali Mum. These opportunists leverage the political and celebrity platforms in the Western world to attain credibility and unfettered access to the dizzying level of aid and donor funding available. There is almost no accountability for how this money is spent. In an alarming number of cases, it's certainly not as the original donor may have anticipated or wished. The stories spun and statistics quoted are rarely challenged. It's refreshing to see that you have now done so. The fight against human trafficking, sex trafficking, has become the latest gravy train on which unscrupulous individuals and organizations so happily jump. Many of the opportunists have no idea of the problem at hand or the culture in the countries in which they operate. What they see is the cash available and the opportunity to impose their own puritanical will on others. The fact that they are supported by high-profile politicians and the Hollywood red carpet set merely serves to add false credibility to their missions. Your article makes specific reference to the work of International Justice Mission, IJM, an American faith-based non-government organization, NGO, allegedly focused on rescuing the victims of abuses of human rights. IJM has been operating in the Philippines since 2001 and has raised substantial sums of money through their campaigns to eliminate human and sex trafficking. IJM has gone to extreme length to create the impression of a trafficking problem in the Philippines that simply does not exist to the extent portrayed. The modus operandi of IJM in the Philippines includes entrapment, false arrest, denial of basic human rights, misleading government officials, and abuse of the Philippine legal system, all of which would land the so-called rescuers in jail in the Western world. IJM's actions in this country lead to the rescue or arrest of innocent citizens and the creation of victims in the aftermath of their highly questionable operations. The true victims of genuine trafficking are rarely identified, let alone rescued. I'm an entrepreneur funding and creating jobs in the rapidly emerging food and beverage industry in the Philippines for the past 20 years. I'm now a victim of IJM. I have been branded as a human trafficker and my name and reputation dragged through the mud in all forms of media, both locally and internationally. I'm not prepared to roll over and allow Gary Haugen, CEO of IJM, and his disciples to destroy me and my family for alleged crimes that I have not committed. The demonization of myself and others and the inevitable manipulation of the Western media with a compelling sob story does nothing other than add yet more dollars to the burgeoning bank accounts of IJM. Gary Haugen and the like. I have decided to stand up the sanctimonious bullies and have filed cases for defamation of character against IJM and its officers here in the Philippines. You're clearly a man of integrity and you do allow the truth to get in the way of a good story. I should be delighted to meet with you either in the Philippines or the United States and demonstrate to you how supposed NGOs operates and the web of deceit and lies that is masterfully created with the American taxpayers' money. I look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely. I won't go out with the name, as I said earlier, but he passed away, the guy who was attacked by IGM. But I thank you all for watching this little NGO series. Have a great day, everybody. And a fantastic Easter, of course. I forgot that.